Hello everyone, today we are going to work on simple past. We will read the function, the usage and the structure, and also we are going to read some sentences and examples with their analysis and explanation. Simple past tense is essential in English. It is used to describe actions that happened and were completed at a specific time in the past. The usage of simple past. When we want to talk about a completed actions that are finished at a specific time in the past. For example, I visited my grandparents last weekend. Or a series of completed actions. Multiple actions that happened one after another. For example, she woke up, brushed her teeth, and left the house. These are a series of completed actions or multiple actions that happened one after the other one. Or when we want to talk about the duration in the past, for example, how long something continued before it stopped. As an example, we can say they lived in Japan for 5 years. They lived in Japan for 5 years. The structure or formation, we have two kinds of verbs, regular verbs and irregular verbs. For the regular verbs, most verbs add ed to the base form of the verb. For example, walk, walked, play, played, study, studied, stop, stopped, stop, stopped. Look at the sentence. She walked to school. Irregular verbs, there are another kinds of or category of verbs that we call them as irregular verbs, and you have to memorize them and learn them. They have three different forms. We have the base form, second form, and the third form, or base form of the verb, simple past, and past participle form of the verb. In this grammar, simple past, we need simple past form of the verb, or the second form of the verb. For example, when we say go, went, gone, we want went, went. Okay, we want went. For example, who went to store? And we have time expressions or adverbs of time. For example, we use time expressions to indicate when the action happened. When the action happened, we want that when we want to talk about the time. For example, yesterday, last week, last month, last year, or 2 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 years ago, or so on and so forth. Negative form, we add didn't or did not before the base form of the verb. Pay attention. In the positive sentence, we have second form of the verb in the negative form, and in the question form, we use the base form of the verb. For example, an example for negative form, we can say, he didn't go to the party last night, for example. He didn't go. Didn't plus base form of the verb. We cannot say didn't went. Didn't go is correct. And compare this sentence. When we say he did not go to the party, when we want to say or make the question form, we have the auxiliary verb, did not. We write did at the beginning of our sentence. Did you, did plus subject plus base form of the verb. For example, did you or did you see the movie? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Now let's read some of the examples with their usage and explanation or analysis. The first example, She walked to the party. She walked to the park yesterday. Here in this sentence we have the verb walked. It is a regular verb. The usage indicates a completed action that happened at a specific time in the past. We have the adverb of time or the time expression yesterday. Look at the analysis. This sentence uses a regular verb walked to describe an action completed in the past. The time expression yesterday clarifies when the action took place. Second example, next example. He went to the store. Here in this sentence we have the verb went. It is a regular verb. Usage indicates a completed action. For example, look at the time expression. It is implied contextually. We can understand that this action happened in the past. Analysis. The verb went. It is a past form of irregular verb go. This sentence describes a completed action in the past, and the context implies the time of the event. Sentence number 3. They lived in Canada for 2 years. Verb is lived. It is a regular verb. Base form is live plus ed, lived. It describes the duration of an action in the past. The time expression is for 2 years. And in this sentence uses the regular verb lived to describe a past action that continued for a specific duration. The time expression for 2 years indicates how long the action lasted. Example number 4. This is the question form. Did you watch the movie last night? Did you watch the movie last night? Here we have the verb watch, base form. Okay. The usage, forming a question in the past tense, simple past tense. The time expression is last night. Analysis. This sentence is a question form using the auxiliary verb did at the beginning of the sentence, followed by the base form of the main verb, which is watch. The time expression is last night, specifies when the action is being referred to. And the last sentence, in last example, she didn't like the food. This is the negative form. We have the verb like, base form of the verb, forming a negative statement in the simple past tense. This is the usage. The time expressions implied in the contextually we can understand that it is as a past event. An analysis. In this sentence, the negative form is created using did not, contracted as didn't, followed by the base form of the verb like. The context implies that the action occurred in the past. And I hope you find this video useful and you learned something new from this video. And if you want to learn this grammar effectively, please practice and make your own sentences and read examples and answer the questions. And thanks for watching.